camera on you, looking serious. Imagine waking up one morning to find 96 homes being built on your property without your permission, and the people doing it, your own HOA. What would you do? Well, this actually happened to me, and what they didn't expect is how I fought back. Before we dive into this unbelievable story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another shocking HOA story. Trust me, you'll want to see how this ends. Imagine waking up one morning to find 96 homes being built on your land without your permission by your own HOA. It sounds impossible, right? But it happened to me, and they had no idea I wasn't going to back down. It all started when I purchased a large plot of land I had dreamed about for years. The property was perfect, wide open spaces, a few trees, and a beautiful spot where I could build my dream home. I had big plans for the land, whether it was for building my house, a garden, or simply holding it as an investment. At first, the HOA's interference seemed minor. They sent small notices about trees, fences, and even the color of my mailbox. I ignored it, thinking it was nothing serious. But soon, things escalated. One morning, I drove by my land and couldn't believe my eyes. The construction crews had already started building 96 homes, and they claimed it was somehow approved under HOA rules. I was shocked, frustrated, and completely overwhelmed. I knew immediately that I had to take action, but I had no idea how far I would have to go to protect what was mine. I tried confronting the HOA. Phone calls, emails, and meetings. Every conversation ended the same way: vague legal threats and empty apologies. It quickly became clear that this wasn't going to be an easy fight. After seeing the construction start, I knew I couldn't waste a single day. I began documenting everything meticulously: photos, videos, and timestamps of every truck and worker on my land. Every notice from the HOA, every email, and every phone call was saved. I realized that if I wanted to take them to court, I needed an airtight record of their actions. I reached out to the HOA board, trying one last time to reason with them. I explained that the land was mine, and building without my consent was illegal. Their response? More vague threats, confusing legal jargon, and an attitude that clearly said they thought they were untouchable. It was frustrating, but it only made me more determined. Next, I consulted with a property lawyer who specialized in HOA disputes. After reviewing the documents and construction permits, we discovered a critical loophole. The HOA had overstepped their authority. Their approvals were invalid, and they had no legal right to build on my land. This was the breakthrough I needed. With a clear strategy in hand, I filed a formal complaint in court. The process was long and exhausting. There were hearings, countersuits, and endless paperwork. But every step of the way, I stayed organized and prepared. I even managed to catch several inconsistencies in the HOA's claims, which strengthened my case immensely. Meanwhile, the construction continued, but I refused to panic. I kept filming everything, keeping my audience engaged, and documenting the exact timeline of events. This wasn't just a personal fight. It was a story that needed to be told, a warning to anyone who has ever faced an overreaching HOA. By the end of this stage, I had built a solid case. I knew the next part would be the most intense: the courtroom battle, where everything would be decided. The courtroom was tense the first day I walked in. The HOA board members were there, looking confident as if they had already won. But I was ready. Every piece of evidence I had collected, photos, videos, emails, timestamps, and legal documents, was meticulously organized. My lawyer laid out the case step by step, exposing the HOA's overreach and proving they had no authority to build on my land. As the hearings progressed, it became clear that the HOA had underestimated me. Witnesses were called, permits were examined, and every claim they made was systematically dismantled. I stayed calm, letting the evidence speak for itself. The judge even commented on how thorough and precise my documentation was, which gave me a huge advantage. The final hearing was intense. Arguments went back and forth, and for a moment, it felt like the decision could go either way. But then, the judge made the ruling. The HOA had acted illegally. Every home built without my consent was on my land, and I had full legal rights to reclaim it. The court ordered the HOA to cease construction immediately and awarded me full control over the property. I had officially taken back everything. Walking out of the courtroom, the feeling was indescribable. 96 homes had been built on my land, but through careful planning, patience, and persistence, I had won. The HOA members were shocked and defeated, and I finally felt the relief of knowing my property and rights were fully restored. This story isn't just about winning a fight against an overreaching HOA. It's a reminder that knowledge, preparation, and persistence are powerful. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, document everything, know your rights, and never underestimate your own power to fight back. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment about your own HOA nightmare. I share these unbelievable stories every week.